It has now been decided to defer the implementation of NSFR by 6 months to 1st October 2020. Deferment of last tranche of capital conservation buffer, that is the next announcement. The capital conservation buffer CCB is designed to ensure that banks build up capital buffers during normal times, that is outside periods of stress, which can be drawn down as losses are incurred during a stress period. Considering the potential stress on account of COVID-19, it has been decided to further defer the implementation of the last tranche of 0.625% of CCB from March 31st, 2020 to September 30th, 2020. With regard to financial markets, that is the third part of the announcement, we are announcing one measure, and this measure basically assumes importance in the context of the increased volatility of the Indian rupee caused by the impact of COVID-19 on currency markets. And this relates to permitting banks to deal in offshore non-deliverable rupee derivative markets, that is basically offshore rupee NDF markets. The offshore Indian rupee derivative market, that is the non-deliverable forward market, that is NDF market, has been growing rapidly in recent times. At present, Indian banks are not permitted to participate in this market, although the benefits of their participation in NDF market have been widely recognized. The time is apposite to improve efficiency of price discovery. Accordingly, banks in India which operate International Financial Service Center IFSC banking units, that is IBUs, are being allowed to participate in NDF market with effect from June 1st, 2020. Since last MPC meeting and let me now come to the concluding part, and this is very important because I have attempted to give some forward guidance, so I request your patience. Since the last MPC meeting of February 2020, the Reserve Bank has injected liquidity of 2,80,000 crores, 2.8 lakh crore through various instruments, which is equivalent to 1.4% of our GDP. Together with the liquidity measures announced today, RBI's liquidity injection works out to about 3.2% of the GDP. The RBI, I repeat, the RBI will continue to remain vigilant and take whatever steps are necessary to mitigate the economic impact of COVID-19 and preserve financial stability in the country. As I had stated earlier, all instruments, I repeat, all instruments, conventional and unconventional, are on the table. Before I conclude, let me reiterate that the Indian banking system is safe and sound. In recent past, COVID-19 related volatility in stock market has impacted share prices of banks as well, resulting in some panic withdrawal of deposits from a few private sector banks. It would be fallacious to link share prices to safety of deposits. As I have mentioned in my earlier interaction with the media, depositors of commercial banks, including private sector banks, need not worry on the safety of their funds. I would therefore urge members of public as well as various public authorities who have deposits in private sector banks not to resort to any panic withdrawal of their funds. Their funds are safe. In conclusion, let me say that in spite of the very challenging environment, I remain optimistic. It is worthwhile bearing in mind that the macroeconomic fundamentals of the Indian economy are sound and in fact stronger than what they were in the aftermath of the global financial crisis of 2008-9. The fiscal deficit and the current account deficit are now much lower. Inflation conditions are relatively benign, and financial volatility measured by change in stock prices from recent peaks and average daily change in exchange rate of the rupee is distinctly lower. COVID-19 is upon us, but this too shall pass. We need to remain careful, take all precautionary measures. I leave you with this comforting thought. stay clean, stay safe, and go digital. Thank you very much.